Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today's request comes at the behest of Atosmos and Mike Fearon requesting Wheel by Wheel by Wheel by. Alright, let's get on to this. Yep, so this is a self titled track, which is unusual. You usually have a self titled album. And this, wow, this song came out last 2 weeks ago, maybe February 22nd of last year. All right, my reading comprehension has plummeted this morning. This is their debut album, though. Only came out a year ago, so let's see what we're getting, in the modern day. We've listened to a lot of bands from the past. Let's see what's going on today. I should probably bring up the video. It's just album art, but let's still bring it up. Interesting mashing up the genres going on here. The drum work definitely seems to be inspired by African tribe drum work. Lots of emphasis on drum head instruments like the toms and the snares, not so much emphasis on the cymbals, usually made out of brass or some other metal that, African tribes don't typically have access to. And then the patterns are very rhythmic as well. Nice little syncopation in the middle of that rhythm to kind of break it up and make it a little jarring. That's kind of a jazzy guitar riff right there. Lots of upbeat, syncopated notes. A lot of sections like this where they kind of bring all the instruments out and just do the drums. I'm getting a very Tool vibe from this. Very 10,000 Days stuff. And I mean that in the best way. I don't think there's any way you could tell someone they sound like Tool and it not be a compliment, but just wanted to make sure that I was clear about that. I love those vocal harmonies.
Or is there what you wanted from the start?
interesting way to end that phrasing with those heavy triplets. Really messes with the time feel of that section. Actually, they're bringing back that same phrasing right here, but it's in the drums. Well, in the bass kick of the drums specifically. Really nice guitar solo. Just kind of keeping that tension and the energy moving. Tension growing. Oh my god, I love that part. That's probably going to be my favorite part of the whole song. Great use of the bass here. Excellent counterpoint here. We got the bass and at least two guitars, all carrying some sort of melody. The shadows start to fall. They're moving surreptitiously. Or am I getting paranoid? When did we lose our way? There's nothing left to say. I'm ready for a change. Really groovy though. I mean, oh, actually I just noticed there's a lot of cymbal going on here. I think that's really the first time the cymbal's been used prominently in the like drum bit. It almost sounds like there's bongos or some sort of drum that's not based on a drum head. I don't know, it's a bit low in the mix, so I can't really pinpoint it, but it's doing the same rhythms as the drum kit, so really nice little drum fill there to bring it down all the way into the base of the toms. Kind of leave a lot of that space at the top of the range for the guitars to stick out. Time has lost all meaning here. I cannot find the downbeat. Bring the chorus back. And this part's in 7. I don't think I caught that the other time the chorus has been in. Yeah, so I don't think I'm too far off in saying that that is most certainly a Tool inspired band. There are a lot of elements that remind me of modern day Tool, 10,000 Days kind of stuff, um, with a bit of the tribal influence, a lot of emphasis on the drumhead drums, not so much the cymbals, the slow build, the the tension building. You start out with a simple riff, and then you keep building and layering and building and layering until you have these huge explosive moments. Um, the lyrics that are definitely very close to modern day issues, talking about kind of having some social commentary. The chorus in particular says, "Shut up and give me the medicine, blind my eyes to the side of it. I just want to feel numb again and wait for this to pass." A lot of ideas about how we self medicate and we allow ourselves to be complacent with where we are, even though the world needs people to fight back and to kind of stand up for the injustices. A lot of us are just, letting it go by, and we're safe, we're happy, we allow drugs, television, video games, work, whatever. It just allows us to ignore some of the stuff that's going on, and just kind of continue, keeping our heads down, blinders up, and just marching forward, living our lives. Yeah. So, oh, and then of course the odd time signatures and playing with time feel. The Just everything about this reminds me of Tool, but with its own unique spin. I don't want to say that this is just like a Tool clone band, um, mostly because I don't know what the rest of their music sounds like, but also because there are a lot of interesting ideas that they are putting in there. They just have a heavy inspiration from Tool. They definitely show their inspirations on their sleeves. Um, I don't really know if there's anything specific I want to talk about. I enjoy the song, but I have the same problem with it that I tend to have with Tool, and that they're slow burn, repetitive, trance like songs that are more about the emotive effects of the song rather than the storytelling of the song. Um, and that's just a personal preference. I don't dislike Tool, um, but I do find a lot of their stuff to be repetitive in an almost boring way. Occasionally, depending on I'm gonna get a lot of flack for these comments, but it's the same thing I have here in that a lot of the stuff ends up becoming a bit repetitive, um, for prolonged periods of time. They'll repeat the same musical phrasing for 16, 24, 30 bars, um, and not really build much with it in that time. There's still a small progress to it all. It is going towards something, but it's more created to put the listener into a trance and to just kind of jam and groove with it rather than to tell a specific story. Um, Occasionally, there are times where the slow build is part of the narrative, but I don't feel like it was really a part of this one. I don't feel like the slow build, um, and the repetitive sections and the parts of the song where it seemed to stagnate a little bit, I don't think they really had anything to add to the theme of the lyrics. Um, I think it was just done because that is the musical style they want to play. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. And they did a very, very good job of layering and building and creating tension and releasing that tension. I just feel like the song could have been 8 minutes long instead of 10, or maybe 6 minutes long instead of 10. There's just a lot of parts where I don't feel like the stagnation was doing anything for the song. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think about Wheel? What do you think about my comparison to Tool? Did you all get any Tool vibes from this, or was that just me? And also, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of Tool recommendations down there, so I'm expecting it. Just fill up the comments with Tool requests. Um, should I bring Wheel back onto this channel? Should I do another song from them? And let me know what you guys thought about it. Also, let me know that you really hated my comments about Tool. I probably should not have even brought them up. This is a video about Wheel. So, I guess I dug my own grave there. And while you're down there in the comments, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. as usual, with another new band. We're just booking through this. We're seeing a lot of cool stuff coming up that's more recent. Maybe we can keep this train coming. It was not an intentional choice for me to pick a bunch of upcoming bands or new band stuff that's been released in the past couple of years, but it's just it's what's happened. Let's see if we can accidentally keep this going. All right. Until then, you all have a fantastic day.